All right, the question here is issue with Baker clapping back at Rex Ryan.
No issue at all. In love with this return fire because we all know it's mind over matter. And it's just great to see in the midst of his struggles that he hasn't lost his mojo. He hasn't lost his mentality. He hasn't lost his way. Him doubling down, him continuing to repeat the same motivation that got him to this place, despite outcome, is what I believe in. So the essence of him shows me that I'm not a front runner, and this is not an act. I am Baker Mayfield. Before that scoreboard is touched, you got to come through me. And if I hear about it, if I see it out there, I will use anything for fodder that turns it into motivation, that materializes into success. That's the way he works, and I'm glad that he's still
hoping.
No, it's worked to this point.
To this point.
To this point, including last year. So hopefully this continues in terms of the way he's built mentally, and it finally changes on the field.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at it from the point of view. I listened to the story Tony Gonzalez told and why Whit was included in his Hall of Fame induction. Sometimes you have got to have somebody shoot you straight from the hip, whether you like it or not. Whether Rex was the greatest coach to ever coach or not, doesn't matter. It came from somebody who has lineage in the NFL. Dad, defensive coordinator of one of the greatest defense, if not the greatest defense in that Bears defense. Your brother has coached in the league. You've coached in the league. He returned fire because it hurt. Let's be clear. You could say, hey, you threw a brick at me. You know, if it hit you, it hurt. He responded based upon the person who said it. If there was no respect there would have been no response.
Sure.
Okay? So the reality here is that this could be that very, what you mentioned, it could be that very moment that's a pivotal moment for Baker to say, well, you know, I have been given a lot of talking, a lot of fanfare, you know, doing the drinking beers and doing this and doing that, and a whole lot of off-field antics to bolster my stardom. But the reality here is maybe, like Whitlock said to Gonzalez, maybe I do need to be a better football player. And at this point, that's what he's probably going to do, hopefully.
I would say as far as clapping back is concerned, you know, there's an old saying that wolves don't concern themselves with the opinion of sheep. Are you a wolf or are you a fake wolf? Right? Yeah. I mean, I would look at Baker Mayfield and say, you're the quarterback of this football team. You don't need to clap back at anybody. What you need to do is play better because you haven't played very well.
Fair.
And last year, you actually played pretty dang well. You watch them, you put on the tape. It's two different guys right now. So is it your off season? You're in every commercial that's on television during the course of a game. So I would say that. And the other thing I would say about Baker Mayfield in regards to Rex Ryan, dude, you've put one dribble of piss in the bucket right now. Rex Ryan has filled that whole damn thing up with his NFL career. So he has the right, he has earned the right to criticize you for the way you're playing. And I would say, you know, if you don't like it, then instead of clapping back at it, go out and shut him up with the way you played on the football field. Daniel Jones has been crushed by everybody, including Baker Mayfield, including him. And you know what Daniel Jones did? He got an opportunity, went out there, and he shut everybody up. And you know what? He didn't say nanny, nanny, boo-boo after he got done. He just went out there, did his business, and then he walked away from it. And I think from a quarterback position, you have to have a certain amount of stoic kind of reaction to things. And you have to be a calming force within your huddle and within your football team, and he's not.
As a quarterback,
I've nicknamed this dude Little Smokey. He loves smoke. He loves smoke. And one thing I think he's going to figure out is the things that work for you in the college game may not work in the pros. It's a different – it's like being a great high school sprinter, and you ran a 10-4 in high school, but that doesn't always translate to when you get to that next level.
Right.
And so I just think he's suffering from smoke inhalation. He's taking on too much. An NFL playbook, a new head coach, the addition of OBJ with Jarvis Landry. There's all kinds of things where he needs to focus his energy and attention. And in college, he got away with taking on anything and everybody. At this pro level, man, they're all really, really good.
Right. Yeah, and you know the difference is so slight, the greater your competition is. I mean, so subtle. Coach used to always tell us that we practice on a green turf, not a red carpet. And he said that to guys who would get distracted, who had commercials, who had off-season commitments, who were just kind of like, you could see, a little distracted by the lime. He was like, we do this on the green turf, not on the red carpet. And you can maybe say that's part of this. Part of this is also, let's just be real, on the field. It's not all about Baker Mayfield. His sack percentage last year was 4.9%. This year is 9.2%. For those who don't think those numbers matter, twice as much he's going back under duress and hitting the ground.
It matters.
That's where the happy feet come from.
Sure.
That's where the rollout right, improv, and inaccurate throws are coming from. He's rattled right now because of this porous offensive line. So if you look at it all in totality, I don't understand why we need to manage our personality when that same personality is what got you to this place. Like, I think that will be something of production if he starts to say, let me be different.
I would say the reason you have to manage it is what Whit said, is in college you face like talent maybe twice a year, maybe. I mean, you can just go out, if you play at Oklahoma, and 9 games you're going to out-talent your opponent by a long shot. So you can talk all that trash. In this league, you talk all that trash, and you know what? Every team is as talented as you, and they can't wait to shut you up. And so, like,
we talked during the offseason, and I think Earl Thomas has said it. They play the Ravens this week.
Yeah.
People can't wait to shut the Browns up.
Can't wait.
They're getting everybody's A game. People want to sack Baker Mayfield. People want to Little Smokey. I mean, dude, you know who the guys are from different neighborhoods or whatever. Right. Oh, you think you tough? Let me show you what tough is.
Yeah. It's Patrick Beverly to Lonzo Ball, that game 1. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, all that smoke you coming in with, let's just end that right now, game 1.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.